Good morning. This is your CDT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. Prime Minister Kamla Buswad-Bisesa said Trinidad and Tobago is ready to strengthen regional cooperation through initiatives in healthcare, transportation and security, just before she joined CARICOM leaders in closed-door discussions at the 51st meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government in St. Lucia. The Prime Minister said she would present several proposals to CARICOM, including making Trinidad and Tobago's prosthetic limb facility available to other member states. She added that talks would also cover expanding the country's ferry service within the Eastern Caribbean.
So, for example, I want to offer to those CARICOM members who are interested our prosthetic limb center, that they can bring their people down and we will try to accommodate them. We have other areas for discussion. A ferry, there's a discussion about a ferry, that we can use our ferry on certain days and bring it up here to the Eastern Caribbean.
Mrs. Buswad-Bisesa also highlighted regional crime and security as a major topic of discussion, noting that many CARICOM member states continue to grapple with similar challenges and underscoring the need for a coordinated regional response.
We have security issues to discuss, serious matters. We have been grappling with crime and crime surges in TNT, and apparently that is happening in the other countries in the CARICOM. So security matters will be another very major matter. And of course there is a matter with respect to the Secretary General. I suppose that may come up at this meeting as well.
With a goal of expanding the tourism sector and increasing its contribution to the economy to US $1.7 billion by 2030, Trinidad and Tobago is targeting significant growth across the industry. Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Trade, Investment and Tourism, Abigail Bino, said achieving that target will require strong growth in several niche tourism markets.
As you are aware, tourism was not serious in Trinidad and Tobago. It was serious everywhere else in the Caribbean. Tourism drives or is the mainstay of mostly all of the Caribbean islands, with the exception of Trinidad and Tobago.
Tourism is being positioned as a key pillar of Trinidad and Tobago's economic diversification strategy, with the sector expected to play an increasingly important role in driving growth, attracting investment, and creating employment opportunities. Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Trade, Investment and Tourism, Abigail Bino, says government has set an ambitious target for the sector's growth over the next several years.
But tourism is earmarked for diversification. We are aiming to increase the contribution of tourism to GDP to US $1.7 billion by 2030. Now, that's a big jump from where we are, and it will require great strides.
She said the ministry has already identified 6 priority areas for development, including yachting and marine services, ecotourism, health tourism, business conferences, cultural tourism, and sport tourism. She noted that the yachting sector alone presents significant opportunities for revenue generation.
On average, the yacht that comes to Trinidad and Tobago and does services in the Chaguaramas area can spend US $30,000. We are about 500 for the year. We're looking to double that. And of course, we're looking to double that in next year because that's where the business is.
Ms. Bino said medical tourism and ecotourism are among the areas being explored for future expansion. However, she stressed that government cannot achieve its tourism objectives alone and called for greater private sector involvement in developing attractions, products, and services. In some sport now, the West Indies batter Justin Greaves finished day 4 of their second test versus Sri Lanka on 180 as the regional team fought back and ended the day trailing by 142 runs. With Sri Lanka declaring a score of 549 in their first innings, the West Indies spent day 4 at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium at the crease with an impressive response. Justin Greaves scored Justin Grieve scored 180 off 325 deliveries, brought up his second career score of 150 plus. That, along with 112 from Shea Hope, saw the regional team end their first innings all out for 499. Sri Lanka didn't have a strong start in their second innings when Nisham Fernando was caught by John Campbell for 20, before Lahiru Idara was LBW to Shamar Joseph for duck. The visitors, however, recovered with Dinesh Chandimal and Kamindu Mendes, then combined for a partnership of 70, ending the day on 92 for 2 and a lead of 142 heading into the fifth and final day. And that's what's making the news this morning. But joining me on screen right now is Virmala Balkaran, the host of Trinidad and Tobago Today. Good morning, Virmala.
Good morning, Carrie.
It is Tuesday.
That's right, it is Tuesday. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. Not too much traffic, so I love that. Hopefully I'm not jinxing anything.
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully not. I think schools are closed now.
Well, schools are, I think they're wrapping up. I'm not too sure about that just yet.
Not just yet? Okay,
yeah.
well, they're around the corner, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know, hopefully the traffic situation isn't too bad today. I know yesterday it was a little bit rough because of the rain and all of that.
Yeah,
but it's a beautiful
weather.
and clear morning today. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, I feel like the clouds, they just did everything they had to do yesterday. They did the most, and now they're giving us a little break today.
You know,
it would have
you
been
made
a good day to go outdoors.
Okay, let's change the topic.
Anytime you hear outdoors, you run the opposite direction.
I am slightly allergic. Just a little bit. You know, yesterday, social media was just a buzz because of Ronaldo. So, you know, I'm seeing so many mixed comments, and some people are happy about his exit, and some, you know, the haters.
Well, yeah, you know, they're football fanatics, you know.
Yes.
People take this thing very, very personally. But there were some big upsets.
Yeah, well, you know, we're also not following that very closely because we are, as you said, bandwagonists. But, you know, a lot of people were very, very upset about it as well. So to everyone this morning nursing that heartbreak, we're so sorry. We are with you today. Just so you know, you can have some chocolate because it is also World Chocolate Day.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I think I will have to. I'll have to participate in that day. You know, we need to raise more awareness about chocolate and.
What, six months?
Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Absolutely. It's about 6 or 7 months that we've been doing the show, but it is World Chocolate Day, so it's a beautiful day to celebrate all the different types of chocolates. You know, quickly before we go, you're a chef. What's your favorite meal? I'm talking like an actual meal that you can do with chocolate.
Oh, with chocolate. Wow.
What about, is it mole?
Mole, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I can be a sous chef.
The chocolate and the chilies in there and the tomato base sauce and stuff. Yeah, that would be like most chefs go to if they're told like to make a savory dish with chocolate in it.
Yeah, I always had a dream of, you know the Food Network with the baskets, then you put the mystery items and you have something to make. I feel like a Trini will always go for either a pilau, a soup,
or a curry of some sort.
Curry, anything. All right, Carrie, I'll talk to you soon on the show.
All right,
as usual, another packed one as we continue to push forward. It's a beautiful Tuesday, and we'll give you a weather update a little bit later as well.
All right, looking forward to it as usual, Virmala. Thanks so much.
Talk soon, bye.
All right. When we come back, the Trinidad and Tobago Today morning show gets going after this break.
Your world moves fast, so do we. TTT News brings you the people, events, and issues that matter most. Stay informed, stay ahead. TTT News, every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Carl, by the way, did that wish ever come true?
No, not yet. A finger's still crossed.
You're in love with me?
Yes, I'm in love with you. How do you not see that?
Did I do something wrong?
You just kissed me and changed my life.
I should have known that you were that woman in the elevator.
What about Millie?
I'm not under her spell. I'm under yours.
Ever wondered what happens before the lights come on? Before the crowd pours in? Before the magic hits the stage? This is your all-access pass. Sneak Peek with Junior K takes you behind the scenes of the biggest cultural moments and the hottest events across TNT. From the sound checks to the stage setups, from final rehearsals to exclusive interviews. If it's about to be big, we're already there. Catch Sneak Peek airing daily on TTT and relive every moment on all our social media platforms. Sneak Peek with Junior K, where the story starts before the spotlight.
Hi everybody, I am Leah.
And I'm Dion.
And we are the Duncans. Listen, we're here to tell you about a project the Lord has given to us called the Marriage Confessional. It is geared toward married couples, those that are on the road to marriage, and those that want to get married one day.
So join us on TTT and on Facebook and YouTube at TTT Live Online.
The Marriage Confessional, only on TTT.
I just wish I could meet someone who understands me.
She's beautiful.
Thinking about inviting her home for Christmas.
Christmas where?
South Carolina.
That's exciting.
If you win the mom, you win the man. You need to do the laugh.
The laugh? Take notes. What is it?
Slow down, bro. You're moving too fast.
You just have to learn how to enjoy life.
Seeing you and your family together makes me wish I had that in my life.
Hell.
Tuesday, 7th July 2026. The time now, it is 6:12 a.m. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Virmala Balkaran, and welcome to Trinidad and Tobago Today. Let's take a look now at what's trending this morning. Prime Minister Kamla Prasad-Bissessa is calling for the dispute over the reappointment of Dr. Carla Barnett as CARICOM Secretary General to be referred to the Caribbean Court of Justice for an advisory opinion. Now, she's also proposing that Barnett's tenure continue on a month-to-month basis until the court determines the matter. In a 22-page letter to regional leaders, the Prime Minister said Trinidad and Tobago's objection is neither personal nor political, but centers on the legality of the reappointment process and whether it complied with the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. Well, Prasad-Bissessa maintains that her government cannot recognize the validity of Barnett's second term, arguing that regional unity must be grounded in adherence to the rules governing CARICOM institutions. While on day 2 of the summit, the Prime Minister joined fellow CARICOM leaders for a leaders' retreat in Caucus, where discussions focused on regional healthcare, improving trade and transportation to reduce the cost of living, and strengthening regional security. Trinidad and Tobago also advanced proposals to expand access to its National Prosthetic Center, deepen healthcare cooperation, improve inter-island cargo movement, and even enhance collaboration in tackling transnational crime. Well, 9 students who excelled in this year's secondary entrance assessment were recognized by the Ministry of Education for their outstanding achievements. Now, the students reflected on their SEA journey, sharing that, the hard work, the discipline, and all the determination that really helped them to reach this milestone. And one of those students is Liam Rajnath of Trinidad Renaissance Prep School. Well, here are his thoughts on the experience.
Good evening, everyone. Today, I am honored to share my journey to become one of the top performers in the SEA examination. I hope my experience encourages and inspires students who will be writing the exam in the years ahead. My preparation began in Standard 2 when I spent many hours practicing mathematics, writing essays, and completing English language arts exercises. There were times when I felt overwhelmed and wanted to give up, but I reminded myself that success comes through consistent effort and perseverance. As I entered Standard 3, the workload became even more demanding, but so did my determination to achieve my full potential. Throughout this journey, I was guided by my school values of respect, responsibility, discipline, integrity, and excellence. These values, along with the support of my teachers, helped me stay focused and overcome challenges. I learned that education is not just about earning good grades, but also about building character, confidence, and the skills needed for success. While working hard academically, I also remained actively involved in extracurricular activities, including steel pan, chess club, swimming, art, and learning a variety of languages. These experiences taught me important lessons in teamwork, creativity, discipline, and time management, helping me become a more well-rounded student. I am deeply grateful for the teachers of Trinidad Renaissance School, especially Miss Gobin, for the unwavering dedication, guidance, patience, and encouragement. Their support and commitment to my growth played a significant role in helping me achieve this milestone. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to my mom for always believing in me and motivating me to do my best, and to my therapist, Ms. Raquel Matthews, for inspiring me mentally and reminding me to stay focused on my goals. To every student preparing for the SE exam, remember that even when the work feels difficult, every lesson, every practice paper, and every challenge helps you become stronger and more prepared. As John C. Maxwell said, dreams don't work unless you do. With dedication, discipline, and hard work, your dreams can become reality. Thank you, and I wish everyone a wonderful summer vacation.
He's absolutely adorable, and congratulations to him. We have 8 more of those videos to air, and hopefully get some of those youngsters on the set with us. So parents, if you're watching, email us at tttoday@ttt.co.tt. And we're tugging at your heartstrings this morning, clearly, as we continue with a heartfelt appeal which is being made to help fulfill one man's final wish. Well, following the recent passing of John Pollard, friends and family are urgently searching for loving homes for his 2 beloved dogs, Bamboo and Annie, who have been left grieving the loss of their owner. Now, the appeal, led by Tobago-based animal rescue organization Venus Doggess of Love, is seeking foster or permanent homes for the pair before Friday, July 10th. You saw that information on the screen. Give Bamboo and Annie a loving home so that they can live out the rest of their days. Animals really do mourn the loss of their owners as well. Well, as we continue through the rainy season, it's a reminder this morning to stay prepared. Yesterday we had some serious rains. Today it's nice and clear and hopefully sunshiny. We'll avoid driving or walking through floodwaters when those happen, and secure your important documents and your belongings. And please keep an eye on weather updates right here at TTT. And please don't forget as well your pets and other animals. Make sure that they have safe shelter and food and water, and never leave them in areas that could flood. A little preparation will definitely go a long way in keeping everyone safe. We'll update you on today's weather a little later on the show, but for now, you know what to do. Grab a cup of coffee and settle in. Trinidad and Tobago Today has begun.
Being connected, it means a lot because, first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going like,
You know, I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digital is kind of a comfort, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel and I never regretted it.
Parents looking for the ultimate summer experience for your children? This July, give them the perfect blend of academic excellence and creative expression right here in Tacarigua. Let their creativity soar at our Kids Summer Music Camp. From the sweet sounds of the steel pan to an exciting final ensemble, we keep your children engaged from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Want to secure the academic future? Empower your child with our intensive SEA and CSEC math boot camps with essential past paper practice. Invest in their future. Weekly rates for academic boot camps are just $400. Or get the complete 4-week package for $1,600. The full 4-week music camp for just $1,600 per camper. Call or WhatsApp 482-8011 right now to register. Give your child the head start they deserve.
I'm Jamila Bannister, host of the Socially Safe podcast, the new TTPS podcast where we share real stories, teach real lessons, and create real impact. From online safety and youth crime to community policing and personal responsibility, we go beyond the headlines and talk about what's happening in our communities with the officers and experts who are on the front lines. Because safety starts with awareness, conversation, and action. Tune in to the Socially Safe podcast on the TTPS YouTube channel, listen on Apple Podcasts, and on Spotify. Don't miss it.
Watch on TTT, Mondays, 6 p.m., Tuesdays, 1:10 p.m.
I know it sounds romantic to leave everything behind to bake bread and muffins, but this isn't us. We haven't worked here in 20 years.
I'm from the Great National Trust Bank. Is there somewhere we could talk?
2 weeks.
That gives you until the 24th.
But I mean, it's Christmas Eve. Have you thought about entering the Grand Prix?
The what?
The dessert Grand Prix.
I love that show.
We can save the bakery and we can save Mom's house.
Welcome to day 1 of Chef Paulo's Dessert Grand Prix Christmas Special. This is your 2-minute warning, chefs.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. This isn't just some game for bored housewives. This is baking, and you're rolling with the big boys now.
Welcome back to Trinidad and Tobago today on TTT. We hope that you've been having a wonderful morning. It's a beautiful Tuesday, 7th of July. Time is seriously flying. We've just been chatting about the fact that we've been doing this for about 5 days short of 6 months. So we're about to celebrate our 6-month anniversary of Trinidad and Tobago today, and we cannot be where we are today without you, our amazing viewers. Well, just giving you an update on the Venezuela earthquake situation. Now, the death toll from the twin earthquakes has climbed to 3,535. That's 3,535. And tens of thousands are still missing, and rescue efforts have really largely shifted from searching for survivors to recovering bodies now. And more than 17,000 people remain homeless. You remember we spoke with Ignacio, who's on the ground, in Venezuela. And he's been telling us about, the devastation and more so the emotional distress that people have been dealing with. Now, authorities are saying over 850 buildings were damaged or destroyed, with satellite imagery suggesting that, that figure can actually be a lot higher than they're seeing right now. And hospitals are under immense strain, shortages of staff, there's also shortage of supplies. Serious rebuilding will be needed in Venezuela. So humanitarian agencies continue to help as much as they can, and they're warning that the crisis is definitely far from over, and the final death toll could rise significantly as the rescue efforts continue. Well, this Sunday, members of the Trinbago Unified Calypsonians organization will head to the polls to elect a new national executive, a vote that will help to shape the organization's direction over the next 3 years. And this morning, we're going to be chatting a little bit about that with veteran Calypsonian Roger the Bodyguard Mohammed, who is contesting the post of the vice president on the ticket led by Kurt Allen. And he'll also share his vision for Tuco, the priorities of his team, and why he's seeking office at this time. I do believe we have him on the line with us. Good morning, Roger, and welcome to the program.
Pleasant morning.
Now, Roger, what inspired you to put your name forward for vice president at this time?
Well, initially, I had put my name forward to become the next president of Tuco. However, I recently changed strategy. Reason being that there would have been 4 people running for that position, and I simply did not see it making sense. You have the incumbent, Mr. Ainsley King. There's Mr. Kurt Allen. There's Miss Mahalia Charles. And I would have made it the 4th person to be running for the office of presidency, which to my mind did not make sense. That would have just resulted in a splitting of the votes, which may not have achieved the desired outcome, which is to effect positive change in the executive of Tuco. And I decided to change my strategy and run for the vice president instead.
And why did you decide to join Kurt Allen's team?
Well, to be honest, Kurt Allen does not really have a team. He has said so publicly on several occasions. He does not have a team. However, I will be delighted to work with Kurt Allen because he brings a lot to the table. Kurt Allen is a foundation member of Tuco. He's a highly accomplished artist, having been the only Calypsonian to win the Calypso Monarch and the Soca Monarch. So he's highly accomplished. He has a wealth of experience, and he will bring a lot to bear in the organization. So I'll be delighted to work with Kurt, although I'm not on his team.
Now, what would you say to members who are still undecided about who they'll support on Sunday, Roger?
I will say to members that it is time to effect positive change in Tuco. Unfortunately, whenever the name Tuco is mentioned publicly, it carries a negative connotation. And there's a reason for that. There has been too much mismanagement over the years in the organization called Tuco. And it's time for members to make a positive change. If you ask the average member of Tuco, what is he or she benefiting from being a member of Tuco? They will tell you nothing. The only thing that Tuco offers the average member right now is a chance to qualify for the Calypso Fiesta in Skinner Park and the March Gras show. That's all they're offered, nothing else. And there are so many other things that are important. And this is the problem. Members of Tuco have to see themselves as being much more valuable than just qualifying for a Calypso competition. We have things like their health and wellness, insurance and wellness, healthcare plans, assistance in helping them to produce their music, and ensuring that members get work throughout the year, because after Carnival, there's nothing for them until the next Carnival season comes around. So there are several things that members need to take into consideration in this TUCO election. And also there's a lack of transparency and accountability from this current administration. I have a saying, those who use the words transparency and accountability the most are those who practice them the least. And there has been a lack of transparency and financial accountability in this organization. And these are the things that members need to change in this upcoming TUCO election.
So, well, now that brings me to my next question. If elected, what would be your top priorities for TUCO?
Well, firstly, to assist the president, I see myself as being as vice president, being that link between organizational strategy and execution. So my function will be to assist the president and guide him or her appropriately. I think one of the first things we would need to do is to call a general meeting of the membership as soon as possible. I have burning priorities to revamp the judging system of the national calypso competitions in Trinidad and Tobago. Also to place emphasis on partnering with the appropriate people, the professionals in the country, the calypso composers, to teach the young ones to compose their own calypsos so that they would not be drawn into using too much artificial intelligence. And that is another thing that I intend to prioritize, to advocate for
All right, we'll try to reconnect with Roger the Bodyguard Mohammed. This Sunday, the members of TUCO will head to the polls to elect that new executive. Just having a discussion about the run for in this race and all of that, the priorities of that. I believe he was also telling us why exactly does he want to be in this position and what exactly he'll do as his top priorities if elected. I believe we will reconnect with him in a short bit. Remember, for all the stories that you see here and more, you can head across to TTT Live online, also at TNT Today Show. You can follow us on all social media channels. We post everything for you all day long. And thank you for interacting with our content. All right, we have a quick video now of The Bodyguard.
When Chance was a prisoner, but became a social worker because he focused and found his purpose. The founder of Vision on Mission was a notorious hooligan, but then he focused, became lawful and conscious. Although from the penitentiary he came, when he died he was a household name. When Chance was focused on deportee status. You see, once you focus, you would find your purpose.
All right, I do believe we have him back on the line. Roger the Bodyguard Mohammed, we're so sorry about that. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Are you hearing me?
Yes, completely clear. Now tell me, beyond Carnival, what more do you think that TUCO should be doing to support Calypsonians throughout the year?
I tend to partner, since the president, in partnering with corporate sponsorship. For decades, we had the Ward brothers who owned the Mascam pub, and they ensured that Calypsonians got work throughout the year after the carnival season was over. Since the destruction of the Mascam pub by fire, unfortunately, that has somewhat diminished. I know that we have Mr. Carl Jacob, who runs an establishment. We intend to partner with him for that to be, to continue, because as I said earlier, after the carnival season, there really isn't anything left for the Calypsonian to do. There isn't much offered to him or her. So to ensure that Calypsonians get work throughout the year, and not just to sit down and wait until the next carnival season comes to hope that they get into a Calypso tent or to hope that they qualify for the Calypso Fiesta or the Mardi Gras.
All right, Roger, I know that you have to go soon. So, just tell us, there's an ongoing legal challenge surrounding the timing of the election as well. What's your view on this matter? And do you believe that members can still have confidence in this process?
Well, that's a difficult question to answer. You see, so many things have gone wrong, and Tuku has not adhered to the Constitution. This election, the president really has legally until sometime in August to call the election. He called it on the 12th of July, and there are some issues because we are going into an election without any audited accounts. As a matter of fact, the accounts of Tuku have not been audited for probably the last 5 or 6 years. And that is something that needs to be rectified before we go into another national executive Tuku election. All right? There are several things that have gone awry and ultra-virus the Tuku Constitution. But my understanding is that there's supposed to be a matter, or the issue is supposed to be heard in the High Court, if not today, tomorrow. And the court will decide whether or not this election can actually proceed on Sunday coming, or whether if it will be postponed.
Well, Roger, before you go, finally now, what message would you like to leave with Tuku members ahead of Sunday's vote?
The message I would like to leave to members is to start to value themselves as members of Tuku as much more than just qualifying for a competition. And there's also the sense of trepidation. The presidential candidate, Mr. Kurt Allen, he has been very active on social media. And the people who comment mostly are non-members of the organization. All the likes and all the endorsements and all the positive comments are people who are not members of the organization, and those who are, they are not eligible to vote in this upcoming Tuku election. And there's a reason for that. Members are scared because of the history. They believe that if they rock the boat, or if they come out and speak against the current executive, that they'll be blacklisted, in competitions going ahead. They wouldn't see Skinner Park, they wouldn't see the Mardi Gras, and that there's this general fear or this general sense of trepidation among the members of Tuku. And I want to urge them that it's time for them to come out of that mindset, come out of that shell. It is a membership organization, almost 600 strong, and in unity, there is strength. And we can only achieve positive and effective change in the executive of Tuku if we come together and do that.
All right. Thank you very much, Roger, for taking the time to be with us, and sharing your plans for Tuku. We wish you all the best in Sunday's election, and we really look forward to seeing how the process unfolds. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you very much, Roger, the bodyguard. Well, follow us, as I told you before, for all these stories and more at TTT Live Online. If you have a story idea, a press release, or you want to collaborate with us, we'd love to hear from you. Simply contact us today at tttoday@ttt.co.tt, and you can be a part of the conversation that's shaping our nation. Trinidad and Tobago Today, news you can trust and the stories that matter. We take a break and come back.
Being connected, it means a lot because, first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going like,
I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digital is kind of a comfort, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel. and I never regretted it.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Get ready for the biggest business-to-business event of the year, the Trade and Investment Convention, happening on July 9th to July 11th at the Center of Excellence, Macoya. Doors open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on business days, 9th and 10th July, and 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Consumer Day, Saturday, 11th July. Dress code in effect for business days. Park and ride available from Constantine Park and UB TGR North Car Park all days. And NAMDEFCO July 9th to July 11th, sponsored by the Ministry of Trade, Investment and Tourism, Exim Bank, Balroops Group, Robust Security Network Limited, and Lullaby Group.
Coming up, Barbados kicks off festival season with Crop Over, where you can live like a local. Moments of discovery and joy during Culinary Month in Antigua and Barbuda. Find that hero within you. As these women of vision share their stories of success. It's Caribbean Passport TV on TTT, Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Unleash your imagination with TTT's Terrific Toon Time. Join us as we stop evil geniuses from taking over the world on Super Z, or hop on board for a journey into outer space with Galaxy Kids. Be a part of our quest to save the forest alongside our robot pals from Bugspot Ignition. Or let's go exploring with Duda and Dada. It's fun-filled adventure with Terrific Toon Time right here on TTT.
The Trinidad and Tobago Municipal Police Service has launched a new public information and communications unit, a move aimed at strengthening transparency, improving community engagement, and ensuring that the public has timely access to accurate information. Well, joining us this morning to tell us more about this new initiative and what it means for the citizens is the TTMPS Public Information Officer, Assistant Superintendent Katrina Kelly Garcia. Good morning and welcome.
Pleasant good morning to you, and let me take this opportunity to tell my colleagues in the Municipal Police Service a pleasant morning to them, and I hope that they are looking on also to the wider public of Trinidad and Tobago. So thank you for having me here, please.
And thank you for being here. Now let's begin with this big announcement. What led to the creation of the Public Information and Communications Unit, and why was now the right time to launch it?
Well, the Municipal Police Service has existed for many years. And during this time, of course, with the launch that we had on Monday last, we didn't have that opportunity to tell our story for the public to be aware as to what we are doing, our officers on the ground, the impact that it is having in the various communities, in all the various municipalities. And we have 14 of them.
Mm-hmm. Now, the unit's motto is keeping communities informed and engaged, right? What does that look like in practice for the average citizen?
From day to day, there are many things that are happening. And as I said, getting the information out there is how we are able to let the public know what we are doing.
Mm-hmm. And how will this new unit change the way that the municipal police communicates with the public during emergencies and traffic disruptions or major incidents?
because of the platforms that are launched, Facebook, Instagram, and print media, we are able to communicate and partner with different agencies, emergency agencies, that is. So in the corporation to which we are aligned, there is the disaster management unit, just one of the different departments in the corporation that we coordinate exercises. There's also the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service that we also coordinate exercises and stuff with.
Now, one of the goals I know that you mentioned is tackling misinformation as well. That's a very big part of all of this. But in today's social media age, how important is it now for the TTMPS to really have an official voice that provides that timely and verified information? Because, you know, you can see different fake releases all over the place, but you really want to have something that's verified coming out from. And you've been dealing with that as well, right? The misinformation.
Yes, Virmala. If I may say, as I indicated before, there are 14 different municipalities, and the communities that we work in, we have fostered a good working relationship with those residents there. Take, for instance, where there's a natural disaster, we are able to liaise, again, as I said, with the disaster management unit and have the information submitted to those persons on the outside. So it eliminates pandemonium, which often happens. You would see, like, if there's severe weather conditions, person getting misinformation from the public and other areas. You see persons going to the grocery, to the supermarkets. It causes congestion in the township. So having this unit will allow the correct information, accurate information, reliable information to be broadcasted out there to the public.
Now, I saw this flyer of an incident that happened on Saturday, 4th July, I believe. And, you know, the TTMPS actually responded to a report of a kidnapping. And that's very interesting because sharp response, and they met the victim there as well. And the victim was taken to the Arima Health Facility. It just goes to show, you know, everything that TTMPS has been doing. It's really to ensure that, as you said, stronger together and safer together. And it's the flow of communication as well.
That's correct.
Now, communication it can go both ways as well. So how now do you ensure that your communities feel heard and not just spoken to?
Right. So apart from having that trust with the members of the community, we also are looking at partnering with you, the media as well. So the information, as you said, yes, it goes both ways, and then carried to members of the public.
Now, I want to take it back just a little bit. Many people still aren't entirely sure of the role of the municipal police service. So can we break that down this morning and really just explain how the municipal police really serve communities, and you were talking about how many there are as well, and how your work complements that of the TTPS?
All right, so municipal policing is done from a community focus approach within the boundaries of the various regional corporations and boroughs. Their focus, as I said, is having that relationship with persons in the communities. Whereas with the TTPS, they are the primary law enforcement officers, where on a national level, where it is that they would conduct investigations of serious criminal offenses conducted by the Criminal Investigation Department and the Homicide Bureau. Whereas with the municipal police, they are, as indicated, they would have relationships, trust. They are persons on the ground responding to domestic situations, traffic congestion, also community initiatives and engagements. So it is more focus, community focus. Yeah.
Now tell me a little bit about your career and how this all started for you.
Well, this is quite new to me. As I indicated, I saw the need, and also my seniors and basically all my colleagues in the Trinidad and Tobago Municipal Police Service saw the need for having the good work that we do in the various communities be told on a platform that everyone can access. Yeah, so it's a matter of communication and keeping those residents informed.
Yeah, and when did you join the service?
That was way back in 2005.
That was just the other day.
Just the other day. Just the other day.
Okay, so and since then you've been with the municipal police?
Yes, I have.
Wow. And what brings you the greatest joy in being a part, or the most rewarding experience being a part of the TTMPS?
Community relations, and I have really good colleagues there in the municipal police service, so forging that bond with the residents and you know, community initiatives, being able to make an impact throughout municipalities.
Yeah. So would you say that it's a very specific and a very different relationship that the municipal police would have with the residents, you know, the communities, the people, and that helps with the trust that they have in you?
It does. It brings me a lot of joy to see that when we go out in communities who the residents, they're having issues, we are able to treat with them and give them timely feedback. So, you know, building that trust throughout the communities, letting persons or having the community members refer to you by your name, you know, that's personal. And it shows that we would have made a connection with those in the communities.
Yeah, and that obviously helps in things like crime prevention as well, because when people feel that level of trust, they feel like they can come to the municipal police and actually give information if they have that, right?
That's correct.
Yeah,
that is correct.
Yeah, and we've been saying for a long time, if you see something, say something. So now if they have that relationship, it just makes it so much easier to, you know, come to you. Now, your campaign is also highlighting the values protect, partner, and empower. Now, how are those principles reflected in the day-to-day work of the municipal police?
Well, every day we have persons on the ground, as I indicated. You have them into the communities, securing municipal assets, going out there and making a difference. So having that sort of relationship, we tend to, you know, grow a bond in the various municipalities.
Now, if there's someone looking on this morning very interested in being a part of the municipal police, and you've been a part of this for such a long time, what would you say to them this morning?
It is a rewarding experience to know you can impact persons in communities who you have never met. As I said, there are 14 different municipalities, and you can be placed in each one, in either one. So, persons who are interested, it brings you a sense of joy and fulfillment, seeing that you're able to make a difference in persons' life as they go with their daily activities. Yeah.
Now, before we wrap up this morning, what would you like to tell the public about this new unit and, you know, the importance of all of this and what it will do for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, they could be rest assured that accurate, reliable information will be brought to them. Yes, it is a two-way sort of communication. Feedback is important. The unit depends on the public and also the media, you know, to have the information be brought to them accurately.
And what would you say to your colleagues this morning as well before we wrap up?
I will tell them thanks for placing, you know, the level of confidence in them, in me, and also thanks for the support, you know, that I've been having to reach out to the communities, and they're bringing the information, working with the public on a daily basis. So I would want to tell them as well, encourage them to continue the good work. This is just the beginning, and we will be looking for a very successful future in this sort of communication platform. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Assistant Superintendent Katrina Kelly Garcia. We hope that you'll join us again to talk about the success of the Public Information Communications Units. Have a great day and be safe. And thank you for all that you do for Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, the time now just about 6:54. I did promise you a weather update to prepare you for the day ahead. Here's that now.
I'm Zena James with your weather update. The first of two tropical waves will approach our islands on Tuesday, bringing increasing moisture, cloudy skies and intermittent showers, especially during the early morning hours. Conditions should gradually improve during the afternoon, allowing for a few sunny breaks. Despite the improving weather, late in the day, Saharan dust concentrations will remain low as the deep tropical moisture continues to suppress any significant dust intrusions. But across our seas, conditions will remain moderate in open waters and slight in sheltered areas. Near heavier showers, gusty winds remain possible.
Stories that you see here and more, follow us at TTT Live online and at TNT Today Show. Remember, if you have a story idea, a press release, anything you want to share with us, please do that via ttt@ttt.co.tt. And remember, you can also collaborate with us through the airwaves of Talk City 91.1 FM, Sweet 100.1 FM, and Next 99.1 FM. We are all on those social media channels, especially on TikTok, and we see all of your comments. We read them every single day and we love hearing from you. Also, remember this morning we had that story about Bamboo and Annie. If you want to adopt, all you have to do is head across to Venus Doggess of Love on social media. And also, if you're looking to just adopt a pet, that would be a beautiful idea. So if you can adopt and not shop, you will definitely help, with the overpopulation and really give an animal a home and also give yourself some extra love, which we all need these days. We take a break. Carrie's up next with a major network news. I see you inside hour number 2 of Trinidad and Tobago Today.
Rivalries, predictions, and bragging rights. Who are you backing? Who's already making excuses? And who do you think will lift the trophy? Join hosts Mariah Ramharak and Nasira Mohammed live on The Final VAR, Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. as they discuss every controversy, every goal, and review every match from football's biggest stage, along with a panel of guests. The Final VAR, where the debate is as exciting as the game. Watch exclusively on TTT and stream on TTT Live online.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Being connected, it means a lot because, first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going like,
I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digital is kind of a comfort, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel and I never regretted it.
Resilient, brave, worthy.
12 majestic women, 12 majestic journeys. Majestic Makeover Season 3, coming soon to TTT and TTT Live Online.
Majestic Makeover Season 3 is powered by...
Carl, by the way, did that wish ever come true?
No, not yet. But fingers still crossed.
You're in love with me?
Yes, I'm in love with you. How do you not see that?
Did I do something wrong?
You just kissed me and changed my life.
I should have known that you were that woman in the elevator.
What about Millie?
I'm not under her spell. I'm under yours.
Good morning. This is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts, making the news at this time. From handcrafted creations to mango-infused delicacies, Mango Mele TT blended culture, creativity, and community into a vibrant celebration of the season. The annual festival returned over the weekend, showcasing the island's beloved fruit while providing a platform for local vendors, artisans, and small businesses to showcase their talents and connect with patrons.
Mango is culture to Trinidadians. Every single Trinidadian, whether they like, love, or don't like, mangoes could connect to it. There's a history, there's a memory, there's something that we all can connect to with mango.
Mango lovers, food enthusiasts, and craft vendors gathered at the Center of Excellence on Sunday for Mango Mele TT, the annual Artisan Food and Culture Festival, now in its 8th year. Vendors showcased the versatility of the fruit through products ranging from mango granola, punch de creme, and pork pies to body creams, candles, and air fresheners. One vendor noted that every part of the mango is used, ensuring nothing goes to waste.
Because I loved it so much, I always felt that I had to find something to do with mango, because you always see a lot of mangoes all over the place when it's in season, on the ground, below the trees, wasting. So yeah, I just thought, let me try to see some things, some innovative ways that it can be used and possibly marketed. Because I thought about every single part of the mango that can be used. This is the mango seed. This is the mango seed, right? So, throw away nothing.
For many small producers and home-based businesses, Mango Mele offers a valuable platform to showcase their products. Founder Madonna Rudette, however, said the festival is more than sales. It also celebrates local culture, entrepreneurship, and the potential of the mango industry. In other news, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Tertiary Education and Skills Training, Hansen Narayansingh, underscored the importance of collaboration in equipping citizens with the skills needed for an evolving tourism industry, while ensuring training programs meet both local and international workforce demands.
Today's event, however, demonstrates the power of collaboration between education and industry to develop talent, expand opportunities, and build a workforce that is responsive to the evolving needs of our economy.
Speaking at the launch of MIC Institute of Technology's Inside the Industry Tourism Edition, Mr. Narayansingh said the initiative will provide students with direct exposure to industry expertise, emerging trends, and practical skills, while creating pathways to a diverse range of careers and entrepreneurial opportunities within tourism.
By strengthening the alignment between skills development and labor market needs, initiatives such as this are helping to build an adaptable, capable, and globally competitive workforce that will contribute to Trinidad and Tobago's long-term social and economic development.
Businesses were encouraged to continue partnering with training institutions to expand opportunities for hospitality students, while urging young people to view tourism as a dynamic profession with significant potential for career growth and entrepreneurship. In some sport now, the Trinidad and Tobago Davis Cup team has arrived in Paraguay to contest the Americas Group 4 competition, despite financial challenges casting uncertainty over their campaign. 7 nations will compete in a round-robin format from Wednesday to Saturday, split into 2 pools of 3 and 4 teams. The top 2 sides from each pool will advance to Saturday's promotion playoffs, with the winners earning a place in the 2027 Davis Cup Americas Group 3. And that's what's making the news at this time. When we come back from the break, Virmala returns with the second hour of Trinidad and Tobago Today.
Sunday, July 19th, all roads lead to the Mecca, 11 a.m. Maraval Road. Digicel and TDT Limited Media Network presents Game On, the finale, the ultimate football watch party experience. Get ready to feel the energy, the excitement, and the passion for the biggest match of the tournament, the final showdown. Who will lift the trophy? And the best part, it's absolutely free. And you know, Trini's like freeness. But there's a catch. You must secure your exclusive access pass to gain entry. Log on to www.islandetickets.com to get yours. Gates open 1 p.m. So come early. Bring out your friends. Bring out your crew. Bring out the family. Stay locked into TDT Limited Media Network. Suite 100.1. Next 99.1. Talk City 91.1 FM for all the details. Game On. The finale. Don't just watch it. Experience it.
Powered by Digicel, Real Connections, Creamy Novelties, Live a Little, Jade Monkey Bar Tobago, Campari, Embrace the Mix, Magnum, Tech Charge, Stamina Energy, Rise to the Occasion, Blue Waters, Life is better with Blue Waters, Cafe Barista, Savor the Moment, the Castello Prosecco, Stoli Vodka, Bold by Design, Allegra, Relief Treatment that works, and the TTT Limited Media Network.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
I know it sounds romantic to leave everything behind to bake bread and muffins, but this isn't us. We haven't worked here in 20 years.
I'm from the Great National Trust Bank. Is there somewhere we could talk?
2 weeks.
That gives you until the 24th.
But I mean, it's Christmas Eve. Have you thought about entering the Grand Prix?
The what?
The dessert Grand Prix.
I love that show.
We can save the bakery and we can save Mom's house.
Welcome to day 1 of Chef Paulo's Dessert Grand Prix Christmas Special. This is your 2-minute warning, chefs.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. This isn't just some game for bored housewives. This is baking, and you're rolling with the big boys now.
Welcome back to Trinidad and Tobago Today on TTT. Well, cancer continues to be one of the leading health challenges facing the Caribbean, making collaboration, innovation, and early intervention more important than ever. And this month, Trinidad and Tobago will host the Caribbean Association for Oncology and Hematology's annual scientific conference, bringing together regional and international experts to help shape the future of cancer care. Well, joining us this morning is CEO of the Caribbean Association for Oncology and Hematology, Dr. Marissa Nimrod. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
It feels like a real full circle moment to, be here with you again at TTT after so many years, and you've been doing such amazing work. I think your name is just synonymous with hard work and really doing so much for your patients as well. So thank you for all you do.
Thank you very much.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the conference and the theme for this year. It's the next decade of cancer care, collaboration for regional impact. So we're talking about collaboration, and why is this so important, and what message does this theme send to the region?
So I would say cancer is everyone's business. And as you correctly said, it is still the second leading cause of death globally, right? So cardiovascular disease would be first. And I think that the time has come for us to stop doing things in silos, duplicating efforts. There may be persons who might be probably really good at something, let's say screening. Someone else might be awesome at treatment protocols. So I think it's time that we get to the table. And we did this last year after our conference. We had the opportunity to meet and present policies to the OECS, Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, as well as CARICOM for the Council on Health, for COSAD, and they were in agreement, and we had the first mandate moved to set up a regional technical council by the Minister of Health, Guyana. So if we can see, you know, across the Caribbean that collaboration is important, let's see how we can pool our resources, let's see what areas are giving us challenges, and let's try to save some of that money and put it back into another stream where it can do, you know, probably more in terms of an intervention, let's say primary care. Then we're hoping across the region to sit down and have that discussion and see how best we can collaborate and get positive outcomes, because we want people to have a good quality of life. We want people to understand that this is about them and their family.
Now, cancer care has really evolved, significantly evolved over the last decade. Now, looking ahead, what do you believe will define the next 10 years in oncology and hematology?
So the next 10 years, my personal wish would be health literacy. So that's one. So health literacy is just not just taking the information from health promotion, for example. We're taking that information and knowing what to do with it and when to actually get information, you know, that applies to me and to action that item. So sometimes we'll know, you know, patients who said, hey, I felt a breast lump. But the fear is what keeps them from going. Maybe they don't have the social support. We want them to, against all odds, take an interest in you and be able to put yourself out there and get the necessary support or help so we can actually navigate you through this. I think innovation is going to be one I'm really excited about, innovation theory. So we're looking at AI platforms, you know, telehealth platforms. So a little later in the year, we will probably look towards launching our patient navigation platform. And we're hoping that persons won't always have to head to the doctor's office. You can have it at the touch of your fingers, get the necessary information you need, and if needs be, then you take that trek out and get, you know, that one-on-one sort of interaction or patient care.
Let's talk about the conference now. I know TNT is hosting this year's conference. What does that mean for us, and what does that really say about our role in advancing healthcare and medical collaboration that we've been talking about in the Caribbean?
So Trinidad and Tobago has always been, I would like to say, the lead so far. I mean, we have other campuses like Jamaica. It would be amiss of me not to speak to the fact that we do have other institutions under UWI that also assist with respect to education. But keeping it home, at least for the second year, allows for more persons to come here as a focal point. So we have quite a few people who will be traveling in from member countries, availing themselves to the necessary institutions. So we look for what we call cancer centers of excellence or treatment centers. So we have Brian Lara Southern Med, for example, in public National Radiotherapy Center for Trinidad and Tobago Nationals, but more so to understand what a start to finish program looks like. So it allows for as many persons to come here and to have that discussion and to highlight our stories, whether it's, you know, our success stories, challenges that we have, and to be the persons to help steer the next few years going forward. And then hopefully we'll move next year to a different country and see, you know, what it's like in their particular island.
Now, the conference is covering topics. I saw genetic testing, advances in treatment and all of that. Tell us what will be, you know, talked about.
So we're looking at, normally it's what we call a multidisciplinary team approach to cancer care. So we're looking at the surgeons, we're looking at the pathologists, all the physicians who contribute to that care team. We're looking at nurses, patients, lab techs. So we're trying pretty much to make it very inclusive. So topics will go from what we call solid tumors, so looking at breast cancer, we see gastrointestinal, head and neck, gynecological cancers. But even so, we have a section on innovation. So we actually have free genetic testing this year. This is the second year, courtesy Dr. Weldon and her team. They're going to be coming to do free genetic testing, for persons. And if you're interested in something else, they can have that discussion with you. For the general public, we have an attorney at law who will be representing from the Equal Opportunities Commission, financing. We're having insurance. Guardian is coming in to speak about insurance access. So again, we try to cater for a little bit of everything. So if persons are willing, the agenda should be updated already. If not, we will be putting it out and see what applies to you, what you would want to know, and come to the sessions and contribute, not just listen. We do have workshops where you can actually sit in and give your feedback, which we hope will translate into policy for our next regional representations.
Now, Doctor, early detection, you always say it continues to save lives. Yet many cancers in the Caribbean are still diagnosed at very late stages, as you would agree. What barriers do you think are preventing earlier diagnosis, and how can they be addressed?
So it depends on, I would say, the different member countries and what's available to them in terms of, socioeconomic standings, access in terms of public in particular versus private. So it may be an access with respect to finances. Cultural barriers, another common one that persons may decide that I'm going to choose to do herbs. And I tell my patients, listen, I understand the herbal remedies, the soursoups, the whatever else that you're looking for, but it has to be balanced if you're going to subscribe to the naturopathic or complementary part of it. Let us sit down and have that discussion and see how best we can work out a plan that's tailored to you. So I think persons don't want to lose their hair, they don't want to be sick. But as you said, we have come a very long way with respect to the treatments, and then hopefully precision medicine will get to the point where if you qualify, you may not even need chemotherapy depending on your genetic panel or results. So we're aiming towards those things. I think also access. So, for example, I talk about female farmers or women, who have that work-life portfolio where I can't spend the extra minutes to head to the local health center, or the time of the day is also important. So if I'm in work 8 to 4 early hours, when am I going to get that chance to get out to take care of me? So those are some of the comments that we've heard from persons coming in. Again, I think across the Caribbean, the governments try their best with their limited resources at times. So that's where the benefit of public-private partnerships actually, play a role. So can I get a voucher? Can I actually, access it after hours, on a weekend? So we're looking even towards that. So we're now members of the United Nations Global Compact, where this year we will have a session at the Global Compact looking at private-public partnerships. And also CARFA would be presenting, for example, on drug toxicities and things that people want to know. Why take this particular drug? And we do have systems in place that can actually speak to those things. So there's a lot of information that even I am learning. I'm always the eternal student. And I think it's a great opportunity for persons as well to find out more about what's out there that we take for granted.
Now, how can we register to attend this?
So for persons who are coming in, it's, as we put it in US dollars because it's a Caribbean program. For advocates, I think it's 50 US, that's about 350 TT dollars coming in. We ask persons, if you can go to our website, cahocaribbean.org, and we do have the Figaro portal. You can actually pay, get your QR code listed and come in. But for persons who don't have access to that facility, you can come to the Hilton. We're not going to turn you away, and we'd be happy to have you. So there are different tiers. Allied health professionals would be nurses, anybody else non-medical, as in doctors. They have maybe, we say 100 US, 680 TT a day, and that covers you all the way from coffee breaks to conference paraphernalia to testing. And we also have a conference that's accredited, since we have accreditation status now through the American Academy for CME. So we are we give participants their certificates, which they can use now, depending on which country you're from, and it can actually help you renew your medical license for physicians based on the credits that you accumulate from our meeting.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Marissa Nimrod, for joining us this morning and, for sharing your vision for the Caribbean and that word this morning, collaboration in the region. And we look forward to talking to you soon. We wish you every success with this year's Caribbean Association for Oncology and Hematology Annual Scientific Conference and the important work being done to strengthen collaboration and improve the outcomes for patients across the region and, of course, Trinidad and Tobago. So we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.
You too.
All right, the time now, it is 7:19 on Trinidad and Tobago Today. We take a break. There's more ahead.
Sunday, July 19th, all roads lead to the Mecca, 11 a.m. Maraval Road. Digicel and TDT Limited Media Network presents Game On, the finale,
the ultimate football watch party experience.
Get ready to feel the energy, the excitement, and the passion for the biggest match of the tournament, the final showdown. Who will lift the trophy? And yeah, the best part, it's absolutely free. And Trinis like freeness. But there's a catch. You must secure your exclusive access pass to gain entry. Log on to www.islandetickets.com to get yours.
Gates open 1 p.m. So come early. Bring out your friends. Bring out your crew. Bring out the family.
Stay locked into TDT Limited Media Network, Suite 100.1, Next 99.1, Talk City 91.1 FM for all the details. Game On, the finale.
Don't just watch it. Experience it.
Powered by Digicel, Real Connections, Creamy Novelties, Live a Little, Jade Monkey Bar Tobago, Campari, Embrace the Mix, Magnum, Tech Charge, Stamina Energy, Rise to the Occasion, Blue Waters, Life is Better with Blue Waters, Cafe Barista, Savor the Moment, the Castello Prosecco, Stoli Vodka, Bold by Design, Allegra, Relief Treatment that works, and the TTT Limited Media Network.
Parents looking for the ultimate summer experience for your children? This July, give them the perfect blend of academic excellence and creative expression right here in Tacarigua. Let their creativity soar at our Kids Summer Music Camp. From the sweet sounds of the steel pan to an exciting final ensemble, we keep your children engaged from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Want to secure the academic future? Empower your child with our intensive SPA and CSEC math boot camps with essential past paper practice. Invest in their future. Weekly rates for academic boot camps are just $400. Or get the complete 4-week package for $1,600. The full 4-week music camp for just $1,600 per camper. Call or WhatsApp 482-8011 right now to register. Give your child the head start they deserve.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what you need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
TTT News every night at 7. TTT News. Committed, accurate, relevant.
As calls for reparations grow louder, advocates say a renewed wave of Pan-Africanism is uniting Africa and the Caribbean in the push for justice and historical accountability. Here's more from Kevin and John.
As conversations surrounding reparations continue globally, Program Manager of Culture and Community Development at the CARICOM Secretariat, Dr. Hilary Brown, says these discussions are being held at a time when there's a renaissance of Pan-Africanism. Speaking at the Emancipation Support Committee's Kwame Ture Memorial Lecture Series, Dr. Brown said Africa and the Caribbean diaspora have taken up the fight on economic dependency, unfair trade systems, resource exploitation, and the lingering wounds of enslavement and colonialism.
To me, this renaissance of Pan-Africanism has been demonstrated in the way in which the global reparations movement has been growing and strengthening as the African Union, CARICOM, North, South, Central America have been coming together to call for reparations for centuries of genocide of the indigenous people of the region and the horrors of the trafficking of enslaved Africans through the Middle Passage and chattel enslavement in the Caribbean and the Americas for over 400 years.
Reflecting on the birth of Pan-Africanism, scholar and historian Dr. Claudius Fergus gave an overview of the Caribbean's role in its genesis.
Armed resistance was pivotal to the rise of Pan-Africanism, and the Caribbean was the primary incubator. A major challenge was and remains, how do you effectively fight an enemy that is united by race consciousness without yourself having a common identity or common philosophy of race consciousness? In the hostile plantation environment, it was inevitable that the enslaved African had to evolve new syntheses of communication, of identity, of values, and of purpose.
Dr. Brown highlighted the recent adoption by the United Nations on the Declaration of Trafficking of Enslaved Africans and Racialized Chattel Enslavement of Africans as the gravest crimes against humanity. She noted that 54 members of the African Union and 13 Caribbean states all voted in favor.
We actually constitute more than a third of the United Nations. So at any point that we really get together and decide that we are going to collaborate and stand in solidarity with each other on a position, there is a lot that we can move and change within the UN.
The UN General Assembly adopted the landmark resolution on March 25, 2026, with 123 countries voting in favor, 3 voting against, and 52 abstaining. The resolution was spearheaded by Ghana. Kavion John, TTT News.
Well, now that the United States is out of the FIFA World Cup, one of the tournament's biggest talking points remains the controversy surrounding their striker. Well, after President Donald Trump personally asked the FIFA president to review the red card, the governing body suspended his one-match ban, allowing him to play against Belgium, a decision that drew criticism from football officials and fans around the world. Looking back now, what's your view on the president's intervention? And do you think politics should ever influence decisions on the football field? Well, switching gears now, just as I reminded you this morning, the death toll from last month's devastating earthquakes in Venezuela continues to climb. Authorities say more than 3,500 people have died, with over 16,700 injured, while the United Nations estimates tens of thousands remain missing beneath the rubble. Now, the powerful back-to-back earthquakes measuring 7.2 and 7.5 struck just 39 seconds apart on June 24th, making it Venezuela's deadliest natural disaster in more than a century. And Trinidad and Tobago is targeting a significant expansion of its tourism sector, with plans to increase the industry's contribution to the GDP to $1.7 billion by 2030. Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Trade, Investment and Tourism, Abigail Pino, says achieving that goal will require significant growth in several niche tourism markets. Sunalala reports.
As you are aware, tourism was not serious in Trinidad and Tobago. It was serious everywhere else in the Caribbean. Tourism drives or is the mainstay of mostly all of the Caribbean islands, with the exception of Trinidad and Tobago.
Tourism is being positioned as the key pillar of Trinidad and Tobago's economic diversification strategy. Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Trade, Investment and Tourism, Abigail Bino, says government has set an ambitious target for the sector's growth over the next several years.
But tourism is earmarked for diversification. We are aiming to increase the contribution of tourism to GDP to US $1.7 billion by 2030. Now, that's a big jump from where we are, and it will require great strides.
She said the ministry has already identified 6 priority areas for development, including yachting and marine services, ecotourism, health tourism, business conferences, cultural tourism, and sports tourism. She noted that the yachting service alone presents significant opportunities for revenue generation.
On average, the yacht that comes to Trinidad and Tobago and does services in the Chaguaramas area can spend US $30,000. We are about 500 for the year. We're looking to double that. And of course, we're looking to double that in next year because that's where the business is.
Ms. Bino also highlighted the country's competitive advantages in ecotourism.
The average tourist, eco-tourist, spends 4 times more than the normal tourist when they do ecotourism. What does Trinidad have as a competitive advantage? Birds. And believe you me, those bird tourists are spending money. You need to just look at what Asa Wright is, what kind of business they bring in.
Medical tourism is another area the government intends to pursue, with plans aimed at attracting overseas patients.
We are going to look at creating a facility, world-class, standards accredited facility, to bring in those people who are coming in for specialist medical services, pediatric, cardiovascular.
She stressed, however, that government cannot achieve its tourism goals alone, calling for greater private sector involvement in developing attractions and services. Sonalala, TTT News.
Thank you, Son. Well, for all the stories that you see here and more, remember, head across to TTT Live online. Send us an email at tttoday@ttt.co.tt and you can be a part of the conversation that's shaping our nation. Our social media channels are on the screen for you. Follow us everywhere. We're streaming live every single morning, Monday to Friday, 6 to 8 on Facebook and on YouTube as well. Leave us a comment. Tell us good morning. We love to hear from you. We take a break and come back.
Since 1972, one sound has been living in the heart of Trinidad and Tobago, the longest running radio station in the nation.
We're your holiday soundtrack, whether it's on your day off, long drives, or house limes. We are always sweet.
This is music with meaning, music with memories.
Music that feels like home.
And it's not just the songs, it's the voices you trust, personalities you've grown with.
Laughter that sounds familiar. This isn't just radio, it's tradition. It's memories. It's part of who we are.
Sweet 100.1 FM, the rhythm of our identity, part of your family.
Always 100, guide you on your way. Sweet 100, sweet 100.
Being connected, it means a lot because, first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going like, you know.
You know, I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digital is kind of a comfort, you know, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel and I never regretted it.
Get ready for the biggest business-to-business event of the year, the Trade and Investment Convention, happening on July 9th to July 11th at the Center of Excellence, Macoya. Doors open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on business days, 9th and 10th July, and 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Consumer Day, Saturday, 11th July. Dress code in effect for business days. Park and ride available from Constantine Park and UB TGR North Car Park all days. And NAMDEFCO, July 9 to July 11, sponsored by the Ministry of Trade, Investment and Tourism, Exim Bank, Balroops Group, Robust Security Network Limited, and Lullaby Group.
Unleash your imagination with TTT's terrific Toon Time. Join us as we stop evil geniuses from taking over the world from Super Z, or hop on board for a journey into outer space with Galaxy Kids. Be a part of our quest to save the forests alongside our robot pals from Bugs Bot Ignition. Or let's go exploring with Duda and Dada. Catch terrific Toon Time weekdays at 4:15 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. It's fun-filled adventure with terrific Toon Time right here on TTT.
What happens when timeless music meets a meaningful cause? You get an evening of nostalgia, entertainment, and giving back. ABBA Meets Michael is coming to Arazi on Friday, July 17th, bringing together the unforgettable hits of ABBA and Michael Jackson while raising funds for the shelter. Well, joining us this morning to tell us more is Managing Director of Arazi, Riaz Baglu. Good morning, Riaz.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, the event is called ABBA Meets Michael. How did this idea come about to bring two of, the biggest musical legends together?
Well, this is basically part 2 of our event that we did last year, which was ABBA Summer Splash. So with the popularity of the new Michael Jackson movie that they had, we decided to throw that in, get more views on it.
Now, I know as well that you're partnering with the shelter for this event. So it's not just a fun night, but it's a fundraising event. So tell me about that.
Part of what we do every year is we do at least 4 charity parties to give back to different groups. And well, this year we're partnering with the shelter. And, again, we're trying to raise as much funds as we can.
So tell us what we can expect at this event now.
Okay, so most of our charity events, Arazi does an amazing spread of food, right? So you're definitely not going to be hungry at the event. We have amazing artists that we partner with, so the entertainment is going to be on point. And of course, we're known for our ambience. So you're definitely going to have a really good time.
I know you also have some prizes. You have a best era inspired outfits.
Yeah, so from last year, people really went all out. So we're hoping that, they do the same this year.
Now, what has the support and the feedback been like for this? I can only imagine all the ABBA and Michael fans are going crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime we do like an 80s theme event, we get that kind of feedback. So far, we had like 120 tickets sold. So, we only have like around 60 more because we usually cap it at 200.
And I know that, a lot of businesses are looking for a way to make an impact. But I do have to ask you and to tell you that I've always seen Arazi continuing to make that corporate social responsibility, to meet that social responsibility. And that's very, very, very heartwarming.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us once again about the lineup for the event. How can we be a part of it? What date is this all happening? And tickets going very fast? Can we still get in?
So you could definitely get in. Tickets are available at the restaurant. I mean, we can do more than 200 if it comes to that. But, it's definitely, you could pop in, you could get your tickets, you could pay online or you could pay in cash.
Okay. And this is on Friday, July 17th. What time?
It starts at 7.
starts at 7. And if you wear that outfit, you can actually get a prize. So it's a retro theme. What about you? You have an outfit planned?
Yes, I have my outfits planned. I'll be in a little Michael Jackson kind of get up.
So you're on the Michael Jackson side, not the ABBA side.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Okay, I'll go with the ABBA.
Yeah, well, definitely look forward to seeing you. Yeah.
That's right. It's happening on Friday, July 17th. Thank you, Riaz. Thank you very much.
You.
And we look forward to hearing how this all goes. And then, we attend and we'll see how it goes as well. So it's happening Friday, July 17th at Arazi. Remember, it's ABBA meets Michael. And you're going to have a great time. We are very sure about it. Also, Arazis they're our neighbors. They're right down the street. So we're really looking forward to that. Here's something from Wendy Shepherd for you.
Why is Talk City 91.1 FM the leading talk station in Trinidad and Tobago? Because nobody delivers conversations like we do. Start your mornings with Ground Report. Andy Pitbull Williams, Lennox Smith, and Nigel Snipes setting the agenda from 6 to 9 a.m. Then it's Off the Record with Stefan Reese and Mr. X, Fearless Talk, and the issues everybody's discussing. Stay connected with Sharon. Take it front with Officer Shabadi. Go beyond limits with Roland Stewart. Drive home with Heavy Duty and David Welch on Under the Radar. And wrap up your day with Kingsley and OB on The Wrap Up. Real talk, real people, real Trinidad and Tobago. Listen live on Talk City 91.1 FM and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Talk City 91.1 FM, the #1 talk station in Trinidad and Tobago.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
I just wish that I could meet someone who understands me.
She's beautiful.
Thinking about inviting her home for Christmas.
Christmas where?
South Carolina.
That's exciting. If you win the mom, you win the man. You need to do the laugh. The laugh? Take notes. What is it?
Slow down, bro. You're moving too fast.
You just have to learn how to enjoy life. Seeing you and your family together makes me wish I had that in my life.
Yeah.
The Mother Church of the Anglican Diocese suffered significant damage during the earthquake of 2018. Efforts are underway to raise funds to restore this national heritage site. You are invited to make your donations with monthly deposits at any branch of the First Citizens Bank, account number 2696950, Marval Road Branch, in the name of the Incorporated Trustees of the Anglican Holy Trinity Cathedral Restoration.
exactly that, nurturing young talent while helping children to build confidence. Well, you know, there's so much to talk about this morning with our music educator, singer, author, and director of Angels Music School, Christine Cardenas. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
How are you? You look absolutely beautiful.
This is my arm. This is from Under the Sea.
Okay.
And I must put in a word because it's the guy who does it is from the Caribbean, the Jamaican, right? And this one here, so I'm going to talk a lot. This one here, we are identifying with Misty Copeland, who wore it on the Academy Awards in honor of our Trinidadian dancer, Mr. Holder.
Ah, I love this. It's very beautiful, very on theme.
Yes, my dear.
Now, Christine, what you've dedicated so much of your life to music education. So, what first inspired you to move from being a performer to now being an educator?
Well, I was performing with school choirs, marionettes, and Love Movement, etc., etc. And at the same time, I was also doing music exams, you know, on piano, pan, guitar, voice. And that was my inspiration. And also, you know, my inspiration was to help children. So that the more knowledge I had, the more knowledge I acquired, right, it would be beneficial. And to the country and for music education. Music education helps with brain activity, you know, the children become, there's a sense of feeling of accomplishment. There are incredible benefits, right? So along the way, I worked with many and most of the Trinidad entertainers, and I did many years at Movie Town because it seemed to fit, you know, that niche, which wasn't like a huge grand stage, and yes, it's very enticing, you know. And there I did 17 years of full productions, I would have to say, and I fell into it. They were very accommodating. And I must say, I'm very proud of my guest artists who were there. There's Anne Friedel. So in case people don't know, there's Anne Friedel, who's an opera singer. No, even though she's an opera singer, she has a lot of stuff to do in Trinidad. But she did sing for Princess Anne in a castle.
Wow.
Right? And we were like, oh my God, our friend is gone. And then there's Marvin Smith. And then there is Andre Mangatal. Our last show in Movie Town, Andre Mangatal, his next step, the plane flight, take that plane, honey, was in New York for a competition he won at Lincoln Center. So, you know, I try to keep the standard.
Yeah. Now
right?
tell us a little bit about Angels Music School. You've helped to shape hundreds of young musicians over the years. What has been the philosophy behind the school from day one?
Well, from day I started was with a few students, right? And in philosophy, what I wanted to do was be performers, to have my children perform, and also have them move forward on an educational, so they would have certificates. And the philosophy, you know, is really for the beauty of the soul. At the end of the day, it's the beauty of the soul and the beauty of Trinidad and Tobago. And the way we have gone forward, it's incredible. And I teach pan. You know, I put the children through exams, which is like a bad word, right? Because it's exams, exams, exams. And I have had wonderful students who have gone ahead. Berkeley,
wow.
Royal Schools of Music, you know.
All right. Well, I understand when we come back, we have a very special performance. So we're going to take a quick break so we can have our little ones get set up. And then there's a very special musical surprise on Trinidad and Tobago today.
I know it sounds romantic to leave everything behind to bake bread and muffins, but this isn't us. We haven't worked here in 20 years.
I'm from the Great National Trust Bank. Is there somewhere we could talk?
2 weeks.
That gives you until the 24th.
But I mean, that's Christmas Eve. Have you thought about entering the Grand Prix?
The what?
The dessert Grand Prix.
I love that show.
We can save the bakery and we can save Mom's house.
Welcome to day 1 of Chef Paula's Dessert Grand Prix Christmas Special. This is your 2-minute warning, chefs.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. This isn't just some game for bored housewives. This is baking, and you're rolling with the big boys now.
Hi, everybody. I am Leah.
And I'm Dion.
And we are
The Duncans.
Listen, we're here to tell you about a project the Lord has given to us called the Marriage Confessional. It is geared toward married couples, those that are on the road to marriage, and those that want to get married one day.
So join us on TTT and on Facebook and YouTube at TTT Live Online.
The Marriage Confessional, only on TTT.
Carl, by the way, did that wish ever come true?
No, not yet. But fingers still crossed.
You're in love with me?
Yes, I'm in love with you. How do you not see that?
Did I do something wrong?
You just kissed me and changed my life.
I should have known that you were that woman in the elevator.
What about Millie?
I'm not under her spell. I'm under yours.
What if possibility was only the beginning? Welcome to Limitless, a journey where ideas become action and action becomes impact. From breaking barriers and challenging misconceptions to designing with dignity and driving innovation with heart. This series explores how inclusion is moving from concept to community in Trinidad and Tobago. Across each episode, we meet the change makers and everyday leaders turning challenges into opportunity, building real solutions that change real lives, from possibility to impact. This is Limitless.
The expedition to the Las Lapas lookout begins in Arima, turning off the Eastern Main Road, heading north up Calvary Hill, and onto the Blanchisez Arima Road that initiates a steady climb. The drive is scenic but rugged. Quarry sites breaking through the greenery, a sprawling Christophine vineyard stretching across the slopes, and that familiar mountain road twisting deeper into the forests of Blanchisez. A small sign on a fence marks the arrival at Las Lapas. The first view is only a tease, partially hidden by trees, but striking nonetheless. Just steps away, the Lopino Trail begins its descent into the quiet village below, accessible only by vehicles built for the off-road terrain. From this vantage point, Lopino Village sits to the south, while in the distance, the Piarco International Airport comes into view, through a tiny window between mountain ridges. At the lookout sits a private property belonging to the James family, who have cared for this space for years, keeping it welcoming for the many who make the journey.
The real view is behind the house, and we really charge a fee. We still let people go up free, but when you check it, maintenance and to keep the surrounding clean, and it's one of the best lookouts.
visitors can access the James's Garden, neatly kept and dotted with ornamental, medicinal, and edible plants. But the real spectacle is just a few steps higher, at the crest behind the property. At the summit, the world seems to open. To the west, hectares of untouched rainforest rolling endlessly into the horizon. To the east, an ocean of green stretching from Brazo Seco to the distant ridges of Paria. And to the north, gentler hills, blanketed in forest, edging the Caribbean Sea, its blue melting seamlessly into the sky. It's a view that feels untouched, sacred, a reminder of what Trinidad still holds in quiet corners, far from the everyday rush.
It is a good experience living here. It's peace of mind, very quiet. You know, the surroundings, you just listen to the birds on a morning time, you know, it's relaxing.
In a world that scarcely slows down, Las Lapas is one of those rare places where peace settles around you, where the silence is full, the air is cool, and the beauty feels almost spiritual. I'm Carrie Roberts, giving you a glimpse into the paradise we have right here.
Las Lapas. Maybe Carrie will take me there one day when I finally decide that I'm going to be okay with the outdoors. Well, we were just chatting with Christine from Angels, and we did promise you a very sweet musical surprise, and that's how we get ready to end it today. But before we do that, I just want to ask Christine to give us a little teaser of what our kids will be performing this morning.
Eli will be playing as the children enter from The Lion King. Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And then another song from The Lion King about a king.
All right.
Okay, on.
And there we go. And that's it for Trinidad and Tobago today on TTT. We'll see you tomorrow where we do this all over again from 6 to 8. Have a wonderful day. Here's the Angel Music School.
One, two, three, four. Stand. Ready and raise. Down. Raise. Down. Go ahead. Savannah grass, savannah grass.
Unleash your imagination with TTT's terrific Toon Time. Join us as we stop evil geniuses from taking over the world from Super Z. Or hop on board for a journey into outer space with Galaxy Kids. Be a part of our quest to save the forests alongside our robot pals from Bugs Bot Ignition. Or let's go exploring with Duda and Dada. Catch terrific Toon Time weekdays at 4:15 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. It's fun-filled adventure with terrific Toon Time right here on TTT.
Your news anytime, anywhere. TTT News brings you the facts that matter most on air and online. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Good morning. This is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. One of the candidates contesting the upcoming election of the Trinbago Unified Calypsonians Organization is Roger Bodyguard Mohammed. Mr. Mohammed is seeking the position of vice president in the organization's election, which is scheduled to take place on Sunday.
It is time to effect positive change in Tuco. Unfortunately, whenever the name Tuco is mentioned publicly, it carries a negative connotation. And there's a reason for that. There has been too much mismanagement over the years in the organization called Tuco. And it's time for members to make a positive change. If you ask the average member of Tuco, what is he or she benefiting from being a member of Tuco? They will tell you nothing.
Mr. Mohammed said he wants to see meaningful change within the Calypso governing body, with a focus on expanding the benefits available to members beyond participation in carnival season competitions. He believes the organization should provide greater year-round opportunities and support for Calypsonians.
I have burning priorities to revamp the judging system of the national Calypso competitions in Trinidad and Tobago. Also to place emphasis on partnering with the appropriate people, the professionals in the country, the Calypso composers, to teach the young ones to compose their own Calypsos so that they would not be drawn into using too much artificial intelligence.
Mr. Mohammed added that he wants the organization to operate with greater accountability and transparency, ensuring that members are kept informed about its decisions, finances, and overall management. In other news, with food security and greater self-sufficiency becoming increasingly important, a look at Trinidad and Tobago's agricultural history suggests there is significant potential to boost local food production. Farmer and agricultural commentator Shiraz Khan, speaking on Talk City 91.1 FM, reflected on his experiences and highlighted opportunities to strengthen the country's agricultural sector and reduce its reliance on imported food.
Prior to mid-80s, 1980s, right?
Yeah.
We were exporting hatching eggs from Trinidad and Tobago. We were producing 40% of the rice consumed in Trinidad and Tobago. Mm-hmm. We were producing sugar, we were producing oil, we were producing tobacco. You know, we had a big tobacco production going on in Trinidad, and I could tell you I worked that.
He suggested the decline in the sector began with the loss of agricultural training programs, which once inspired young people to pursue farming. To reverse the trend, Mr. Khan said the sector needs a modern framework backed by targeted investment to boost production and strengthen food security.
I personally, when I was in standard 3 and 4, we were doing home gardening. There was a home gardening competition in school when we were going primary school. Right? I was in that. But you don't do it when you leave to go common entrance class or SAE now. Now nobody is doing it. You talk about the junior sec and the senior sec, right? Both junior sec and senior sec that was built in the 80s and the 70s all have goat pens, duck pens, and place to rear animals and a place to do gardening.
Mr. Khan stressed that reviving the sector will require a modern, well-researched approach backed by the right framework and investment to drive agricultural growth, strengthen food security, and attract more young people to farming. In sport, the Trinidad and Tobago Secondary Schools Track and Field Association will host the inaugural edition of the Island Showdown, a premier regional secondary schools athletics competition set to begin this afternoon at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. The two-day event will feature top young athletes from Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, with an opening ceremony and parade of teams scheduled for 1:30 p.m. on Tuesday before competition begins. Day 2 starts at 11 a.m. and will culminate with championship finals and a closing ceremony. Organizers say the meet will showcase some of the Caribbean's most promising talent, making it one of the standout youth sporting events of the year. And that was your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. From all of us here, have a great day.
More news, more access, more ways to stay informed. TTT News covers the stories that matter on air and online. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.